one of Diddy's former bodyguards is suing one of his accusers, and it's for a lot of money.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up, y'all? We knew that this was going to be a wild roller coaster ride, and there was going to be a lot of people speaking out on many different things. I figured it would be a lot of people on one side of the fence, but now we're hearing and seeing some things on the other side of the fence. Now, if you don't remember the accuser, Diddy's accuser or victim, Thalia Graves, she said that she had a boyfriend that was working for Bad Boys Records. She was asked by Diddy to meet up with him to discuss the future of her boyfriend's job. And then she was viciously attacked, not only just by Diddy, but also by Big Joe Sherman, okay, or by Joseph Sherman. Who also owns a bunch of magazines and all different types of stuff. Now, she also alleged that this vicious act, was caught on video, and she believes, and also her attorney, Gloria Allred, believe that they were actually distributing the video out here, this actual video of her being attacked by not only just Diddy, but also Big Joe. Now, it's been obviously very, very crazy, very, very interesting. Even in the lawsuit, we find out that I guess she was trying to get the ex-boyfriend, the now ex-boyfriend, to step forward and basically say, hey, if you help me and corroborate my story, I'll give you some of the bread, that kind of thing. He's got money. Let's get him for all that he's worth. Pretty crazy stuff, right? She's been accused of that. But now, and we have yet to hear anything about that so far, but now we are hearing something very interesting. The person, Big Joe Sherman, or Joe Sherman, who was the former bodyguard for Diddy, the one who's also accused of attacking Thalia Graves, is now suing her in a counter lawsuit for defamation. And he is going after a lot of money. He is suing her for $100 million, y'all. Not kidding. $100 million. Let's take a look at this. This is absolutely insane, guys. Absolutely insane. But hey, this is the wild ride that we are on right now, and it just gets crazier and crazier. So, a former bodyguard for Sean Combs has filed a defamation lawsuit against a woman who in September accused him of physically and SAing her in 2001. Joseph Sherman called the allegations in Thalia Graves' lawsuit, quote unquote, utterly and entirely false in documents filed Thursday in federal court in Manhattan. He is also suing Graves' attorneys, including Gloria Allred. Both women spoke at a news conference to discuss the lawsuit in September. Yeah, at first, her name wasn't really out there, and then suddenly she did a whole press conference as soon as this lawsuit was filed. We got to see her face. We started to put a face or a name to her face and all that. It was pretty wild, y'all. Especially with Gloria Allred of all people. I mean, she's a serious lawyer, guys. Very, very serious. And of course, they say that they declined to comment today when this whole thing went down. So Graves alleged in her lawsuit that in 2001, Combs and Sherman SA'd her at the Embattled Music Moguls recording studio in Manhattan after she was summoned to a meeting with Combs to discuss her then boyfriend's work performance at the Bad Boy record label. She said in the suit that she was picked up in an SUV driven by Sherman. She was offered a drink. She felt dizzy, lightheaded, and physically weak. She got to the recording studio, and then crimes ensued. Okay? Now, Sherman's attorney, and we already know about everything else, okay? And if you don't know everything else, please go over to my main channel. It is in the Diddy Files playlist. Go check it out for yourself. It's pretty damning, and it's insane what she's alleging. And if it is 110% true, man, these guys were monsters. But moving on, Sherman's attorney said in a statement Monday that his client was among, quote unquote, the thousands of men who have been falsely accused in the Me Too movement and who continue to suffer as a result. And these wrongfully accused men aren't the only victims of false claims. In fact, the thousands of women who are truly SA'd are hurt by these financially motivated claims because no one hears their cries, he said. The defendants in this lawsuit need to be held responsible for their actions, and they need to understand that a quote unquote cash grab based on false claims hurts more people than they can imagine in more ways than they can even imagine. All right. And so, of course, he is seeking compensatory and punitive damages and a jury trial. So he previously told NBC News that he did not know or are Graves, that he was employed by Combs from 1998 to 1999, years before the alleged have taken place in 2001, where this was alleged when it happened, and that he hadn't seen the rapper in 25 years, all of which his suit also states. Sherman's filing also says that in 1999, he began working for another record company, a direct competitor of Combs, and quote unquote was not even allowed into Bad Boy Record Studios or near Combs after 1999. So he could not have AR'd or videotaped Graves. He's sitting there going, there's no possible way. How can I be in a place if Diddy wanted nothing to do with me when I was working for a rival company? His suit says that the defendant's negligent conduct has caused him to suffer harm. It caused him to suffer harm to his reputation, emotional distress, and financial losses, among other things. His suit accuses Graves of seeking a payday, which we've heard a lot, right? To support that claim, his lawsuit includes a copy of social media messages that says he received from Graves offering to leave him out of the legal case if he would be a witness against Combs. Interesting. The screenshots of the messages did not identify the sender. Instead, it says that they were sent by, quote unquote, an Instagram user whose account had been blocked by Sherman. He said he responded that he did not know what the person who sent him the messages was talking about. I will make sure that the state does not pick up charges or our charges against you. This is what one of the messages said, in part, including, according to the screenshots included in his lawsuit. Now, again, we already know that Diddy's been being sued by a lot of people. There's a lot coming. Even more people are about to file lawsuits against Diddy and all that. But what's very interesting is that this particular person, this bodyguard, is now being kind of thrown into the mix here. And then, of course, he's sitting here going like, I wasn't even around that time. I left Bad Boy Records and started working at a rival record company 2 years before this crime even occurred. So how can I be there if I was cut off from Diddy, especially when I'm working for a rival company? Then on top of it, he's like, let's not forget, he says, I wasn't even there. So it is pretty wild. Again, she is being accused of other things as well. Not only just reaching out to him, basically saying, hey, I won't add you in this if you corroborate what I say. You corroborate my story. I won't add you into this lawsuit, allegedly, from an Instagram user. So we don't even know if it is actually for sure hers. And I'm sure his team is doing their due diligence to try to track that message or those messages back to her. And if that is true, then yeah, something's rotten in Denmark for sure. But again, it is pretty interesting that he's sitting there going, no, I will take the necessary measures to prove that I am innocent. Could he be innocent? I don't know. Only time can tell. But at the same time, it is very interesting. He's one of the first that I've seen so far that has stepped forward and said, nah, you're not going to throw me in a lawsuit and believe that I'm just going to sit there and just take it. No, I'm going to fight back. It's very interesting. But I will also say this too. Any other person that has been named in other lawsuits, I would not be surprised if they start following in suit of what this ex-bodyguard for Diddy just did. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think? Do you think he was involved? Or do you think this is a mistake? Comment down below. The other thing I am curious about is how would she know him? You know what I'm saying? How would she know his name of all people? And then also on top of it, why would she pick him? If she's lying, why would she just go and pick any name, any bodyguard name? I'm just curious. Did she meet him, in the years that she was dating this particular boyfriend at that time? And then that name, Big Joe, just stuck in her brain forever. It is interesting. If she was to lie and fabricate about this, it is interesting, right? Why would she pick his name of all names? Very interesting though, right? Anyway, only time will tell. So we'll see what happens and see how everything transpires. But anyway, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.